turn this into these. It's graduation week. I am the Great British Chocolatier and you're watching Chocolate Plus. Hello and welcome to another episode of Chocolate Plus. My name is Mark, aka the Great British Chocolatier, and today we are going to be making, since it's graduation, and while I'm here, a shout out to my wife who just graduated her master's degree in special education, so excellent, well done. So in all graduation week this week, I'm going to be making a, what's it called? It's a graduation cap. And we're going to improvise. We're going to be using this measuring cup here. And I have a tray here that I'm going to use as the mortar board on top. And we're going to be using milk chocolate. And with the excess chocolate, I'm going to be making some sweet and salty clusters, if there's any chocolate left. I have some white chocolate here, so I can pipe it on top of the hat and the little tassel if that works out. But we're gonna have some fun, experimental. Haven't done this before, so hopefully it'll all work out. So first things first is melting the chocolate. And so that goes in the microwave for 30 seconds. And then we're going to do a little stir, and then we're going to put it back in again, stir, put it back in again, and stir. And by that time, I should be able to pour the chocolate in here and make a dome with a flat top, of course, in this measuring cup. And of course, if I had all the right stuff, which I don't think it exists, but you can make molds out of anything that you have in the house. We're gonna have some fun, and also I gotta get some more. Now that I think about it, I've got to get some more white chocolate because I'm gonna be laying some chocolate on this counter here, and I'm gonna see if we can make a diploma scroll. Haven't done this before. Like I said, it's an idea that I had, and I thought it would be exciting to celebrate graduation week here in Maryland. All the high schools are graduating, colleges are graduating, universities are graduating, and of course my wife, as beautiful as she is, graduated, like I said, Friday. So it's been very exciting for what an amazing accomplishment that she has accomplished, that she has achieved. 5 years of studying online is a lot of work. Okay, round two. As you can see, it's mostly beginning to melt here, and I'm gonna knock off the. Don't worry about this. Remember, this comes off in the final melting. Round three, and so this is just a Christmas. In fact, this is a Christmas ornament from a sleigh. It comes in two pieces. This is the squarest thing I found, so hopefully that'll work. And it'll be something like that, to a degree. Of course, I'm not going to fill it all the way up. I'll probably fill it about halfway, and see if that works. I was going to use a bowl, but the bowls are way too big. And maybe I should have done a trial one, but I like to do things on the fly, and if there are mistakes to be made, then we're going to see them together. Alright, so stir, 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 while I'm trying to knock off the excess chocolate that's on the fork. If this does need a fourth round, remember, we only going to put it in for about 10 to 15 seconds, which sometimes it needs. And because this is compound chocolate or candy chocolate, which means they've taken out the cocoa butter and replaced it with a vegetable or palm oil, But this particular brand, which is Sweet Tooth Fairy, I think is a very tasty chocolate. Very easy to work with, and that's the consistency that you're looking for. Looking in that nice smoothness right there. There's no chunks in it. And what we're going to simply do now is we're going to pour like 1/4 inch chocolate in here. And this may take up all of it. And we're going to just get into all the corners, like so. And just going to tap it. Now, because this is glass, I don't want to tap it too hard. But we're just going to tap out the air bubbles. And you'll see all the air bubbles rising to the top. And I'm not going to stress too much about the bubbles on top, because this would be the downside. You won't. This is the top. This is the bottom. And so that's that done. We see, if you see some chocolate climbing up the sides. I'm not going to worry about that, because it is what it is. If I do want to knock it down, I'm just going to knock it down with the spoon here. But it's already, because the ceramic was cold, it's already setting up, as you see. And so now that I've started, let me finish. And this will go into the fridge about 10 to 15 minutes, just so that it's all totally done. Alright, now onto the bowl. Of course, goes without saying, make sure there's no water in the mold that you're using, or whatever you're using for a mold. I'm going to pour this in here. And I'm going to use the spoon to just nurture it up the side a bit, because I don't want to use the whole. I'm not going to use the whole. I'm going to use half. I can't think of the word. So what I'm doing, I'm just coaxing it up the end here, trying to get as straight edge as possible, and it's going to be a bit of a mess sometimes, but you're just going to wrap it around. Now I filled this, I guess, 1/4 of the way around. And just gently. But this is the bottom of the cap. The top of the cap is on the bottom, and so that's that. All right. Okay, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to throw these two in the fridge for about 10 minutes, and I'll wrap the. Well, I'll be back. I'll put some peanuts in there because I don't need that part anymore. So I'll be right back. Hold on. Alright, we're back. I've got some sweet and salty trail mix here. I've used this before. I think this is amazing. And you can use any trail mix. And since we don't have a lot in there, I'm just going to make a little bit. And I'm just going to just coat them all in chocolate. Like so. Just using the excess chocolate, and of course the coldness of the nut, even though it's in the drawer, makes the chocolate harder to work with. Okay, so To make clusters, you can use your hands if you want to. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to simply make some little chocolate bites out of this. Like so. Now what you can do, let me do this. If you find it a little bit too thick enough, put it in the microwave, yes, with the nuts in it. Just put them in for 15 seconds. That way it'll smoothen out the chocolate a little bit, and so it won't look so rough looking. But we're just using the excess of the chocolate, so there's no waste. That seems to have done the trick, loosened it up a lot. And you can do that whenever you're making a chocolate treat. If you put in like a peanut, a nut, you can put it back in the microwave. And all that'll do is melt the chocolate. But nuts is okay. If it's anything else, coconut, no. Marshmallows, no. And of course, if you haven't added anything to the chocolate, you know, you could have just melt the chocolate first and then add in the ingredients. But all we're doing is making little clusters here. Free form. And again, this is sweet and salty trail mix. Got a variety of peanuts, cashews, almonds, and I'm just basically just using the rest of this chocolate so that it doesn't go to waste. Not that we ever waste chocolate, because what's even left in the bowl here, you can add hot milk and make yourself a hot chocolate. Yes, even during the summertime, you can make a hot chocolate and you can wait for it to go cold, and then you can have a cold chocolate drink. Alright, so I'm just gonna put these in so that they just look a little smoother if possible. Still gonna taste real good, even though they're a little rough looking. Look at that. And then this one. And of course you want to make sure that whenever you're covering anything in chocolate, you want to cover the entire item. You don't want any of the product not covered, because like marshmallows, they could get stale, and cookies, they could get, or biscuits, they could get stale. Okay, so we made a little like half a dozen there, or half a dozen is 6. We made about a dozen. This goes in the fridge for about 10 minutes. When everything's done, we'll be right back, ready to construct our graduation cap. So we'll be right back. Hold on. Okay, I'm back because we're going to do the scroll, the diploma scroll, and we're going to use, this is granite, I believe. Marble is the most ideal thing to use for chocolate, but this is cold. A cold stone. I've already put a bit of white chocolate in the microwave, and it's going to need a little bit more. Now sometimes with the white chocolate I have found that it's a little bit thicker than the milk and the dark chocolate with this particular brand, which is okay. If ever you want to thin out chocolate, you can add in some Crisco, which is like a vegetable oil, like a half a teaspoon, just a tiny bit, and then you mix that in after the third round of the microwave. Alright, so, and not the oil kind, the hard kind. So anyway, I got a little bit here because it's only going to take a little bit. And of course, goes without saying, I've already cleaned, wiped down, Lysol and bleached and cleaned itself nice. And it's cold, so it's going to set up real quick. And I got a little spatula here because I saw this, what I'm about to do, I saw this several years ago on YouTube. I've never ever done it, so this would be my first time in doing it. So this is all on my memory. But you're going to lay down a thin layer of chocolate on the counter, and then we're going to use the scraper. Now you're going to need a metal scraper because it's just easier, and then we're simply going to do that motion and it will scroll up the chocolate. Well, you'll see it'll scroll up the chocolate, but first of all we've got to put this down on the surface. I've got my small spatula here. If you've got an offset spatula, that'd be more ideal, but I don't have one. So, and the idea of this is that you want to get it thin, like 1/8 of an inch. And you see those ripples there, which I don't really want, but because I have a small, it shouldn't be a problem. Alright, now why is this guy putting chocolate on his counter? The counter is very clean, and you see it's hardening up, so now I should leave it alone because it's starting to rough up. So I'm going to leave this for about another minute or two. Let's just see. See that's not what we want. We want it to scroll up. But that's the idea. You're going to be so I think it needs to be set up a lot more. So and we're gonna see if I can make it work. Like I said, I haven't done this before. I've seen it done on marble. This is not marble, this is a granite, I believe. It might not be granite, I'm thinking it's granite. I could be wrong. But you saw the process. Is that you're basically going to, you can do it at an angle, you can do it straight, and it's one quick swift, and it also might be too thick. So if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but hopefully it does. Let me put this in here. You know what, I just thought I should have used a little bit of chocolate, so I can salvage this, because I need, hold on, I just need a little bit of chocolate. I may use this, I may heat this up, because I just need a tiny dollop on the top for the button that goes on top of the cap. And let's see if this works. Like I said, this is my experiment. I thought I'd do it first time without any practice. I know the cap should work out fine, because that's simply putting chocolate into a square mold, and the cap part that goes on your head, that's just, like I said, using a bowl, a small bowl, or as I've used, a measuring cup, which should be fine. This is the thing that may or may not work. It may be too thick. I should have gone thinner. but once it's really cold and set, we're gonna find out, because the idea is that you go in like a 45-degree angle, and it's really one very quick push forward and the chocolate should scroll up. That's my hope. So we're gonna find out. Taking the edges off, that didn't happen. Chocolate was a little bit too soft. Now it might be too brittle. I don't know. Alright, so, and I've only got like one shot at this, so I'm gonna go for it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted at all. Maybe I gotta get it. And the good thing with chocolate is that if first you don't succeed, you can try it again. And so we can simply remelt the chocolate and try again. I think it's gonna break up again. Yeah. So that's not the way to do it. So I'm glad you saw that, because if that happens to you, you know it's got to be, I think it may have to be a little bit loose, the chocolate. So we can try this again. Put it in there for 30 seconds. Let's scrape this off. And let's try this again. Okay, as you can see, that didn't work, and I tried it several times, and as you see, each time was a fail. So keep watching, I'll speed it up and I'll show you the results of it all as it comes to pass. I can see that it's mostly dry apart from here where it's thicker. I can see through it, which may be a good thing. I can see the counter shining through. All right, let's go for broke. Ready? No. Well, it can be a scrunched up scroll if anything. But it's semi-wet. With these parts, it curled up a little bit. So I'm gonna keep that scrunched up scroll. All right, I'm kind of now determined to do this. So I'll probably speed this up. And let's go in again. Making a mess. I'll speed it up so save you the, anyway, you know. Again, no matter how many times I tried, it just wasn't coming together. I tried time after time. I was absolutely determined to get it done. I think I managed to get one perfect scroll, but then it broke. So I ended up doing something different, which I'll probably show at the end of the video. So I just have to practice more. If you know how to do it, shoot a video and upload it and send a link to me. And I still got room to learn. Enjoy. Here are the clusters that are good. Let me get the bowl. And this might not even work, because like I said, I can see this is cracked. Because I just popped them in the freezer for about a minute, and I can see cracks happening on the because I can't get these out of the glass. That's probably why you don't use ceramic, because with plastic you can twist it a little bit. So this might be a complete fail. Let's see if I can't use something. This only needs a little co-working, I would think. I don't want to break the glass because it's a decoration. So what we might just have here is just the fruit and nut. And the trail mix sweet and salty custards, which we've made before. This may not. Okay, this was absolutely stuck solid to the ceramic. So I'm probably gonna cut the video off here and see part 2 for the redemption of how I got these out of the ceramic. Because it'd be too long to put it into one video. But sit back and enjoy, and it'll soon be over, don't worry. Okay, well that's a fail. I'm going to leave it in there because hopefully it'll soften up and I can take it out. If that happens, I'll turn the video back on. But right now, we made ourselves some sweet and salty trail mix custards. And I hope you enjoyed the video. There might be some more after this. If that happens, I'll cut this bit out. But don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Hit that thumbs up button. I do know how to make chocolate. And you guys have a great day. Bye bye.